Welcome to Turf Talks by Race Mirror. Big day at Bombay with the running of the Betway 1000 Guineas, and I'm lucky to say that I have a very elite panel with me. Joining me right now is Gaurav, Rampal, and Mr. Tegbir Brar. They need no introduction. Gentlemen, how's your weekend been going?
Hasn't started yet, yeah.
Friday, early weekend, I thought.
Okay. I'm at a farm. There's no weekdays out here, yeah.
Absolutely. With that, that reminds me, how did your North India Select Sale go?
North India Select Sale went pretty well. Mr. Rampal was the auctioneer. We had a pretty high clearance rate. I took 11 horses to sell. Out of that, I think 8 or 9 have sold. So it was good. So basically, it was good overall. I mean, it was good. It's established itself now as a sale. So let's see what happens next year now also.
Absolutely. And Gaurav, you've been busy with the upcoming sale. Talk us through that.
Yeah, North India sale was very, very good. Like Tegbir said, the clearance rate was very high. The feedback is it was a very, very well put up show. And the clearance rate speaks of the happiness of the vendors and I'm sure of the purchasers as well. Yeah, the next auction is the Punaval auction on the 20th of December.
Well,
So let's see how it goes. So far, so good.
absolutely. Absolutely. And I hope that a lot more new owners come into the sport and help us make the sport or take the sport where it is. With that, gentlemen,
That's the need
let's
of the hour.
absolutely. With that, gentlemen, let's straight away get into the analysis of the big one, the Indian Classic, the first classic of the season, which is the Betway Indian 1000 Guineas. Eight runners in the fray for picking this one up, with number one being Dangerous, number two, Faith, number three Karina, number four, King's Ransom, number five, Ferris, number six, Sierra de la Plata, number seven, Sweet Emotions, and number eight, Tunsberg. I'll leave the floor open to you, Gaurav. We'll start with you. Your thoughts on this one?
Shown in the past, the two fillies that ran 1 and 2 in the Pune Derby. I think it's the race between them. And very consistent. They've run together in Bombay as well in the Manjri Mile in Pune Derby. So for me, I think there are a lot of fillies running who lack depth, and I'm kind of surprised why they're there. But for me, it's these two inform horses, multidimensional, and speaking of which, being the sires. Uh, they've proven they've done well. King's Ransom is out of a street cry mare, and from the family of Daniel Dancer, which is a very, very nice family. She's been a proper Group 1 mare, and Dangerous for Adiraj has been a real. She's a bit temperamental, but she surely can. So for me, it's just between these two horses.
Absolutely. I think Dangerous and King's Ransom, it's one each for each of them. Let's move on to Mr. Tegbir. Your thoughts on this one?
I echo Gaurav's thoughts where he says it's definitely down to these two fillies. They've run against each other 3 times. They've run against each other in Bombay in the Manji Million, where Dangerous got the better of King's Ransom. After that, they ran the Phillies trial, where Philosophy beat both of them, where Dangerous was a good second, and this one was third. And then in Pune, the verdict was reversed. There's about a length between. So basically, I concur completely with Gaurav's take on the Guineas. It's almost like a match race between King's Ransom and Dangerous. King's Ransom beat Dangerous for the first time in her career last time out in the Pune Derby. Otherwise, the rubber match stands at 2-1 in favor of Dangerous. Both fillies, I think, are training up to the race really well. Both are top class fillies, as they've shown. They're very consistent with their form. Dangerous has run one bad race, which was in her lead up for the Pune Derby. I think she had genuine reasons, but she ran a cracking good race in the Pune Derby after that with King's Ransom. So there's not a lot to choose between the two. That said, it's a matter of which filly comes up to that race well and trains up to that race well. And it'll be I think it'll turn into a little bit of a tactical sort of affair, but at the end of it, you're going to see both these fillies going at it. Amongst the other horses, I think Faith is the only horse that you could say has shown some modicum of form. The others basically have a lot. They've got a massive mountain to climb. They might be good horses for the future. I don't know, because they all got decent sort of pedigrees, but they've got a lot to find on two quality fillies in Dangerous and King's Ransom. I would squarely put it down to these two.
Absolutely, I think I couldn't agree more with you guys that it is almost a match race between Dangerous and King's Ransom. But I had a chance of calling the mock race where Dangerous and Sierra de la Plata ran together. I think that Sierra de la Plata ran a good mock race with Dangerous. Should be there, but like rightly said, Faith is the one that is in the mix. But I think it would be a match race between Dangerous and King's Ransom. So moving on, gentlemen.
One little piece of advice out there. Remember one thing: a mock race is a mock race. It's not a race.
Absolutely,
Bombay's got
absolutely.
Bombay. People have a very bad habit of going too much by mock races. You saw it happen with Supre in the Mysore 2000 Guineas also. He ended
All
up being
right,
favourite against seasoned horses. Yeah.
all right, noted. There's another race which is the Mahalakshmi Sprint Million. Six horses go to post: Ashwa Bravo, Iron Age, Walk-in, Leopard Rock, Fast Train, and Market King. Your thoughts on this one, gentlemen?
Basically, this race, they're all seasoned horses. It's a matter of which one gets the race right on the day. Iron Age, as a horse, seems to be a lot more effective in Pune than he is in Bombay. That's the one thing. Over and above that, Joaquin has been pretty consistent and he's come up really well. Ashwa Bravo always gives his best, very honest horse. But in these sort of races, you can never really say. It's just a matter of who's the horse on the day. These are all seasoned, hard horses. I wouldn't say. I'd say Fast Train and Market King have a little bit to find on these, on their previous runs. But any of the first four horses in that race are all solid, good runners. I would say the first three: Ashwa Bravo, Iron Age, Joaquin, and Leopard Rock's also a very nice horse. Uh, uh, and let's see, you never know. Basically, Fast Train has the pedigree to come up there, so you might see him basically bump up his level of form.
Gaurav, your thoughts on this?
I agree. I agree with Tegbir again completely. What happens with these kind of seasoned horses and these kind of sprint races? Every time you run, you might end up having a different result. Little bit strategy on the day, the ground conditions, the distance effect, but they are all very good horses. Most of them have proven lived up to their pedigrees. So yeah, it's going to be a good race to watch. That's all I can say. It'll be difficult
Absolutely.
for me to pick a winner in this.
Absolutely. Tegbir, I had a small question for you. In the third race, in the baby race, there is a horse, which is Emerald Queen, David Livingston out of Lady Barrington. Can you shed some light on that one?
Well, this horse was born at my farm, but it wasn't brought up at my farm, so I don't know too much more about it. But she was a nice enough filly. Lady Barrington's a nicely bred mare. That said, I don't see a David Livingston in a 6 furlong. So I would look at it further down the line. Basically, this is bred to stay. Lady Barrington also, whatever. I think she's a Balmoral
Yes,
filly,
yeah.
basically ran by David Livingston, which is by Galileo. So probably heavy races, you never really know. The horse that stands out for me over here is the Excellent Art with Dallas. I don't know what sort of work it's been doing, and at the same time, Pacey has an admiralty. Pacey seems to have the mojo with these horses, and they always seem to run really well first up. And Admiralty is a good Indian stallion. So I don't know enough. I mean, you've got to be there, you've got to be seeing track work. But just looking at the pedigrees, which is why I'm looking away from the camera, Moonlight Magics, I would expect Moonlight Magic would also get them over a longer trip. Planet S, similar. Admiralty, Excellent Art, yes, shorter trips. Cougar Mountain also seems to warm up. David Livingston definitely is a longer distance horse. The Phoenix Star is out of Winter Renaissance, who ran fourth, whose best form was fourth in the Indian Derby. So I don't know what level of form that is showing. And White Kiki, which is by Lettermore, yes, that horse will have a bit of zip. But again, it's to do with where each stable has their babies. There's hardly been enough baby racing for us to really take a call on it.
Absolutely. And Gaurav, I will ask you to if you could run us through the second baby race, which is the seventh race. We have the likes of Believe, Sepla, Inkton Square, Irish Gold, Rising Power, Nirvana, She's a Tiger, and Supreme Spirit.
Okay, again, Planeter, we'll start with Believe.
Yeah.
Uh, he's had a good last year. You're leading with Dexa. Some of them are precocious horses. I don't know from that yard how in position are they to train 2 year olds. Uh, Ruler of the World, the second horse, Caliph, Ruler of the World, won the Epsom Derby. So I'll be a bit surprised for him to be a 2 year old, 6 furlongs. But Karthik did have a Ruler of the World 3 year old last year, which won the Aise Poonawalla Million over a shorter distance. So that might be a surprise. Multi-dimensional Ziska again. For me, it's a horse suited for a trip. Ziska won the Calcutta Derby and the Hyderabad Derby, placed in the Indian Derby. Very very nice looking colt. I remember him as a yearling from the farm, and I've been watching him in Pune. Looks very very good. Irish Gold, Irish Bailey produced a B52, who was an absolutely seasoned horse. Again, a middle distance horse. Perfect Stride is yet to make his mark. He's been a bit quiet. Admiralty Waila, I share the views. He's a very, very good Indian stallion, and Pacey seems to have really got it correct. I don't know much about She's a Teaser at Wahid's Yard. And Dali is another exciting first season sire for Mukteshwar Stud. He's already won a million in Chennai. So yeah, another interesting field, and again, very very early in their careers, how tuned they are. So let's see.
All right.
But yeah, good to see two babies races go through. 16 runners, that's
Absolutely.
very, very good to see. And a
Absolutely.
10 race.
Absolutely. Coming back to Bombay with a 10 race card is lovely to see. Good for the racing fans and racing patrons at Bombay to have a full house at the Super Sunday, which is the Betway 1000 Indian Guineas. So I would like to take leave now. Thank you, gentlemen, for being part of our panel and for giving us time. It was fun and it was lovely talking to you guys.
Thank you. See you
All
next
right.
week.
Thanks.
All right,
See you
guys,
next
with
week.
that,
Cheers.
please do not forget to subscribe to our channel, and we will be back with more racing action from the Indian circuit. Till then, we'll see you past the post.